Good morning, everyone. I'm running around a little bit like a chicken without a head this morning because I'm pretty much getting ready to leave for my very long trip. Wow, I just sort of started this vlog off with a bang last night. I went out to dinner and I thought, oh, let me just start vlogging, but I didn't give you an intro or anything. So I had dinner at Don's Prime at Fontainebleau and met a new friend, if you will. I met her probably earlier this year. She works at Blue Heron, and yeah, we just kind of like clicked, and she's been really busy this summer. I've been traveling a lot, as you guys know, so we were able to squeeze in this dinner, and I was so happy. It was so nice to catch up with her. And I have to recommend Don's Prime at Fontainebleau. The service was incredible. The menu was great. Like just perfect, like steakhouse fare. One whole like flap. I don't know if you guys caught the menu, but one whole flap were like sides, and I feel like that's how you can really tell the chops of a steakhouse are their sides. And it was robust. And what we had two potato ones basically. Excellent. Excellent. It was so good. But anyway, right now I am running to get my nails done because it's been a while. And I'm also going to be away for almost a month. So getting my nails done, and then right afterwards I'm getting a touch-up for my hair because, can you see all my white hair here? It's been a while. I'd say there's maybe like an inch growth there, so we're going to take care of that. I also asked her if we can do like a shiny treatment of some sort, because I do feel like my hair feels the same, maybe a little bit drier at the ends. But I just thought maybe we could use a little bit more shine. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, off to get my nails done.
Falling, you look away while I'm falling. You take your time while I'm calling. Oh, what a way to waste my time, but never mind, 'cause I'm all in. I knew from the start I was all in, with a heart about to try and say
Hello! She blew out my hair, and then it always ends up getting too poofy, but just got my touch-up, and we are still getting there. This right here is the blonde that I have been looking for. Yes. Yeah, I still have like some warm streaks. It's just, yeah, like right here. But that's just, I just have dark hair, you know? Anyway, and then she softened up that smudging effect. She like put like a tint down first and then went in with some more bleach and stuff. Oh, I'm so happy with this color though. I really, really like it. Anyway, I've got to run a couple of errands and then get back home. I was there for about 5 hours, so about 2 hours more than I planned. Oh, I just have to accept the fact that if I'm going to be doing this, I just need to block out the whole day. Okay, but I am off and I'll be back in a bit. Good morning. How is everyone? I left you yesterday. I think I just got my hair done, right? I was in the car. Yeah, I had to run a bunch of errands and got home really late. And then I had a bunch of work that I had to do. Anyway, it was boring. I didn't need to vlog it. But I was sitting here and I've been thinking a lot, obviously. I've been thinking a lot about like what changes have happened, needed to happen, or things that have happened that I didn't expect to happen when I dyed my hair blonde. So many of you asked, like, oh, I'm so curious, like, how's your makeup going to change? Do you have to get new clothing? Like, all this stuff. And at first I was like, well, I mean, maybe the makeup, but like clothing, not really. Because it's not like my hair before was such a bold color in another direction. At least I didn't think so, because I've always had my dark hair and then it was going gray and then that was it. It was like, okay. I don't know. I never thought about it. So anyway, I've started to think about it, and I have started to like make a little list of like things that I've noticed that have changed with the blonde hair. And I will talk about that. I mean, I was thinking about talking about this, when I was doing makeup or whatever, but I was like, I actually have a really hard time like talking about something else while I'm doing my makeup. Like I have a fine, easy time talking about the makeup while I'm applying the makeup. But yeah, when I see people like just like chatting and they're doing their makeup, I'm like, I cannot do that. So anyway, I thought I would just chat separately from a makeup video. So makeup, the one observation I have made, actually I've made two. But the first one, the first observation that I made is that I feel like I have to put on my makeup more in less of a contrast. And what I mean by that is I felt like when I had dark hair and I did, I never applied makeup very heavily. Not my thing. I like a lighter look. But, sometimes I would do like a little bit of a smoky eye. So I'd smudge out like a black shadow, use some eyeliner or whatever. That was okay because I had the dark hair. Now I feel like it's so like any makeup that I put on my face, because now there's like so little contrast between my skin and my hair. So any makeup that I'm putting on my face is so bold looking. Like my eyebrows are so bold looking. My eyes, I think I have no makeup on right now. Without my makeup, they like stand out, I have dark eyes, I have dark features, and they just stand out next to the blonde hair, even though, she does like the darker root or whatever. And I just didn't expect that. I thought because my blonde hair was going to be such a strong look that I was going to need strong makeup to kind of compete with it. But that is so not the case. I just don't feel like I need anything that's like very defining on my face, because then it's so, yeah, it just really, really stands out. So I feel like I've had to, not had to, it's just sort of a preference of mine to just kind of keep everything like harmonious, but that I've wanted to use less eye makeup, if you can imagine, because again, I was never like a very heavy eye makeup user, but use like less, just in like softer colors. And I did want to start playing around a little bit more with like pastel eyeshadows, because those I felt like, oh, it would give me a little bit of interest to the eye, but it would be so like faint and the look would be kind of faded and it would kind of like work into my hair. So I am definitely going to be playing around a little bit more with like eye looks, because I do feel like any eye look that I did before where I felt like, ooh, this is nice, this is like a nice evening look, is too much. It's too much now. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just having to get used to it. Also my lip color, if you guys watched my Hung Van Gogh like try on video, I use that shade 88, which is a very, very pale, like kind of like concealer lip type of look. And I thought it worked really well. Again, it was this really pale lip, but I think because my hair is so pale now, that it kind of worked, where I liked that lip color a lot. Like I would wear it just because I liked it when I had my darker hair, but I would definitely need to like add a lip liner. Like I would need to define it and just make it stand out a little bit. Otherwise it was like my dark hair and then it was just like it just looked like skin when I did that concealer lip look. But anyway, I do feel like makeup stands out more on my face now that I have the blonde hair. And that I really wasn't expecting. The other thing regarding makeup that I was not expecting, and in fact it's the exact opposite. Again, I'm still playing around with this, we'll see, but it's kind of the exact opposite that's happening. So with my darker hair, I liked really neutral, very, very neutral colors, and sometimes leaning cool. I would do like a little bit of a warmer look, and I think it was okay, but I just kind of preferred like a neutral to cooler look. And I thought for sure that once I get my blonde, again, I'm sitting it under like very warm lights, but once I get my blonde to the tone that I like, which is where it is now, I thought once I got my hair to the tone that I really like, I'm gonna love like a really cool kind of look. But what I've noticed is that now I'm kind of preferring, again, I need to play around with this, but I'm kind of preferring like warmer, neutral to warmer looks versus neutral to cooler looks. And I was trying like a cooler look on, and I think this is what happened, is that the cooler my makeup looks, the warmer my hair color looks, and the warmer my makeup looks, the cooler my hair looks. I guess it's like, it's just, they're playing off of one another. And I thought it was going to feed into one another. You know, like my cool makeup look was going to make my, you know, hair look cooler and icier. And that's not the case. Like I feel like I can wear peachier lip colors versus pinkier lip colors. Like if I'm going to move away from like the center neutral, that I'm doing more peach, or that looks a little bit better than the pinks. Where the pinks, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's making, like the cooler lip colors are making my skin tone look a little bit more sallow and my hair like a little bit brassier. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. I mean, look, I knew things were going to change. They're just changing like in a completely different way. So far that's what I've observed with my makeup. And as I do my makeup, I'm probably going to be like pointing it out or whatever as I'm doing makeup, you know, over the next few months or whatever. But yeah, so many of you have asked, like, how is your makeup going to change? Like, so interested to see like how your makeup is going to change. So we're finding out together. And then in terms of clothing, what I've noticed, and I didn't even really think about it, and thankfully I don't think I have to like change up my wardrobe too much, but like paler colors I'm not liking on me as much. Like when I actually just put on like an ivory sweater, and I was like, wow, I just look like it's just all too light. Like there's no contrast. And so I'm just liking, you know, like deeper colors on me. And I wore those before. It's not like I didn't wear deeper colors before, but I really like black and navy with this hair color. I'm really liking burgundy, you know, my deep olive greens and stuff. Like actually, my Loewe Madrid bag is here. But like these colors, it just really, I guess it just brings out the blonde. It really, really brings out the blonde. And not even so much that like, I feel like I need to be dressing just for my hair, but it just feels like otherwise I'm just like this big panel of like an off-white color. And it just doesn't, it's okay. It's just not my favorite anymore. I think the lightest that I feel comfortable in is like that heathery oatmeal, like kind of like a neutral camel color. That's kind of like as light as I can go. And I do have some ivory pieces. If I wear white, it's okay, but it's like any kind of like creamy color. So I'm just like thinking back to some tops that I've put on. White is a little bit better than like a creamy color, because that's all like just too much. But even like white, I was just wearing like a white t-shirt the other day, and it was, yeah, it's just, I don't know. White is definitely better than cream, but it just feels like I'm just one panel of a light color. So that's so far what I've noticed in terms of clothing, is that I feel like I have to wear something that's like a contrast and a darker, deeper, earthy toned color. So far, I think is like what has been working for me. I almost want to get more like chocolate browns. I feel like that would look really nice. And I don't actually have a lot of chocolate browns, like chocolate brown sweaters and outerwear and just like tops or whatever. I have a lot more grays. But yeah, I don't find the tone of my clothing to be affected as much as my makeup, just like the depth of the color. So yeah, so that's all I've noticed in terms of clothing. Some things that I really didn't expect. So I have like 1,001 black hair ties. And so I like tied up my hair the other day, and all you could see was like this black hairband. And I was like, oh, I have to get those, like, I don't know, I've seen them whenever I've gotten hair ties, like the beige colored ones. I'm like, oh, maybe I need to get like lighter hairbands. Never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind that any sort of like hair accessories that I ever used, I would have to get darker ones. And I remember there's this company, oh, I can't remember their name, but they sent me a whole bunch of hairpins, like ones that you can use to like put, you know, your hair up in buns or whatever. Like they were the large pins, not just like the bobby pins. And they sent me like a whole array of colors. And I just, you know, donated all of the lighter ones, and I kept like the gray and the dark ones, the black ones. And I was like, kind of like rifling through all of my hair accessories because I was like, do I even have like a clear band? And I saw them and I found them and I was like, oh man, I wish I kept the other ones. But anyway, yeah, that's just something I did not expect, was like my hair accessories would change. And I can still wear my black hair ties. That's like so not a big deal, but it's just something I didn't think about and something I noticed when I actually used it. I was like, wait a second, wait a second. So that was interesting. Another thing that I didn't think about is my favorite dry shampoo is actually like tinted dark brown. So it's a dark brown dry shampoo. And I reached for it just out of habit. I reached for it the other day because I like to use this dry shampoo as like a texturizing spray. I'll wash my hair and I'll blow it dry or whatever. And usually it's fine. I have like enough body here, but sometimes, I don't know. I've been playing around with like different shampoos and stuff too. And maybe I just like left my conditioner on too long. I don't know. I just felt like my hair looked really flat. Anyway, I was reaching for my dry shampoo and I was just about to spray it. And I was like, this is a dark brown dry shampoo. I'm like, I cannot use that on my hair anymore. And I was like, oh. And I got kind of sad because it's like my favorite dry shampoo. They do make it in a non-tinted version, so totally fine. But I was like, oh man, I gotta get like this dry shampoo in like the non-tinted version. So yeah, that I never thought about. A minor change is, obviously the shampoos and conditioners that I've been using have changed, a lot. I've been using like the purple shampoos. That's totally fine. I still pretty much wash my hair every single day. I do feel like my ends are getting a little bit dried out. I definitely need a trim, but I just need to like take care of my hair a little bit more. I've been using, or at least I used to use a mask once a week, once every other week. Like, not too often. I definitely need to be using a mask like a couple times a week. At least I would say 2 or 3 times a week, because every time I do use a mask, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do this more often. So I've been loving the Christoph Robin, the prickly pear mask. I've been loving my Sicily hair masks. I got a purple hair mask from Amika. Is that how you pronounce it? Amika? Amika. They have like a purple hair mask, but I kind of just use it in the shower as conditioner. That one's been nice. I feel like there's another hair mask I've been using. Oh yeah, so there's 2 Sicily hair masks that I've been using. So yeah, that definitely is a change. I mean, just the idea of like taking care of my hair is kind of a foreign concept to me, where, I used to get my hair cut like once a year. I washed it every day. That's it. I put a hair mask in every once in a while, blow it dry most of the time. So just like taking my hair into consideration now is just completely foreign. But yeah, I need to up my like hair mask game. I think my hair's, I don't know, it could be shinier, but my hair's never really been shiny when it was dark. Definitely when it was going gray, it was never really like that shiny. But yeah, I don't know. I did ask my my hair colorist. I was like, is there something like a treatment that you can put on so that, if I don't get to masking my hair multiple times a week, like it's okay, you can put something like over it. And so we've been talking about that. We haven't done that yet. I'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, just the idea of like masking and like kind of taking care, like better care of my hair is definitely foreign to me, and definitely a change. And then, something that, and I'm not that far in, so I really can't comment on this too much, but when I talked about getting my hair done, everyone commented on the maintenance. Some people were like, oh, it's a lot of maintenance, but it's worth it. I love it. Or it's a lot of maintenance. It's why I stopped doing it, whatever. And everyone kept talking about like, oh God, I'd be at the salon like every 4 to 6 weeks, Like you couldn't not go or whatever. And it was just such a pain in the ass and blah, blah, blah. And I'm so happy now. Like, right. And so I was like, okay, all right, well, I'll do it. I'll do it for a little while. And then when I get sick of it, figure out what to do. And so I feel like I mentally prepared myself for the like every 4 to 6 weeks. You know, I get my nails done every 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, I'll just like fit it into the schedule. It just now has to be a consideration, and just every 4 to 6 weeks, or when I feel like I need to go. What I was not prepared for was how long I would be at the salon. I just had no idea. I've never colored my hair before. And when I first got it done, 11 and a half hours. She warned me about that. She had to completely bleach my hair. Got it. All the touch-ups after that, I thought, and I've only had 2 like touch-ups since then. Like one was just to kind of like tone it out even more. And then I got like a regular touch-up just yesterday. It was 5 hours. I was not mentally prepared for that. Going every 4 to 6 weeks, yes. Sitting at the salon for 5 hours every 4 to 6 weeks, not prepared for. And that's why I wanted like that kind of, I don't know, glossing or sealant treatment or whatever yesterday, but it would have been like probably another hour. And I was like, I can't. I'm like, I cannot. I have things to do. Like, I cannot just sit here all day. So I guess it's something I just have to like either mentally get into, or this is not going to last that long, one or the other. But I really was not prepared for that, for like the 4 or 5 hour long stint every time. I really thought it was going to be like 2 hours. And again, this is coming from me, where I would get my hair cut and sometimes I'd be like, oh, don't even blow dry it. And I would just leave. 20 minutes? I'd be in and out of the salon 20 minutes with a shampoo, and a conditioner and a head massage. And then they would just trim up my hair and I'd be out of there. I mean, up until this point, getting my nails done was the biggest pain in my butt, because getting my toenails, my fingernails, that would take like an hour and a half. And even then I was like, oh God, this is like so long. Anyway, that is definitely not what I was prepared for. The number of times, fine. The like length of stay, not prepared for. So we'll see. We'll see if it's something I get used to or something I just get sicker and sicker of. But yeah, that is definitely, I feel like I just can't schedule anything else. I shouldn't schedule anything else on the days that I have to get my hair colored. And then, as you guys know, I used to wash my hair every single day. Every single day. Suds it up, whatever, rinse it out, condition, the whole thing. Now, I still pretty much wash my hair every day, but I have to like amend that to say I wash my scalp every day. So I just put like my, purple shampoo or whatever shampoo I'm using. I just kind of like work it into my hands, and then I just like wash my scalp with it. And then I try not to like suds up like the ends of my hair. So I'll just like wash my scalp, because I can't. I don't know how people don't wash like this whole area of their body for like days. And I dry shampoo, I get it, but I'm like, no. I need like soap and water on my scalp. So I'll wash my scalp every day. I'll do this, and then I will just take like a conditioner and run it through the lengths of my hair. So that's changed a little bit, and that was something I think it was maybe like the first week. Yeah, maybe it was the first full week after I got this done, like the first time, that I was just washing and shampooing my hair as usual, but I was using like purple shampoo, whatever. And by the end of that week, I did notice my hair was like starting to feel a little bit more dry and brittle, more so than usual, because I have very coarse hair. And so my hair's never felt like, like silky and like really smooth. My hair's never felt that way, but it was feeling like a little bit more, dry. And I thought, oof, maybe I shouldn't shampoo it every day. So I've gotten into the habit of like my everyday routine is like, I'll just like wash my shampoo. I'll wash my scalp, and then I'll condition my ends, and then I'll wash everything, I don't know, like every third day, every other day, depending, sometimes I feel like if I put a lot of product in my hair, like I just need to wash my hair. So that's been a change. That's definitely been a change. But I did want to talk about the biggest change that I think that has happened. And it has something more to do with like my mindset and like my mental, I don't know, well-being. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how it was actually a comment. It was a comment that my husband made. But I came downstairs, you know, I just showered, getting ready for the day. I came downstairs, he's like, "You look really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." He's like, "I really like your outfits lately." He's like, "They've been, you know," he's like, "they've been really good." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And I think what I didn't realize was, I don't know, I guess because maybe I'm spending more time on my hair or just thinking about my hair more, it's, I guess, prompted me subconsciously. It's like prompted me to like put a little bit more effort into my appearance in general, just getting dressed and like maybe playing around with like clothing that I think like would look good with the blonde hair. I think just subconsciously I've been having a little bit more fun and just putting a little bit more thought into getting ready for the day and the clothing that I'm putting on. And, you know, his comment kind of like prompted my thought about this. And, you know, so I've been thinking about it like here and there. And then I was watching, you know, YouTube, as one does. And I was watching Alana Davison, you guys know, one of my favorites. And she talked about how for like a whole month, she did this thing where she like got ready every single, put makeup on, no matter what she was doing, put makeup on, and basically like put effort into her appearance every single day. And how that was kind of this game changer in terms of like how she felt about herself, her confidence and all of that. And so I'd been thinking about this or whatever, and I'm watching her video and I'm like, you know, she's right. And we've heard that before, right? You know, like if you get up and you have like a little like self-care moment where you're putting your makeup on, you feel a little bit better about your appearance, you put on like, you know, an outfit that you really love, and you think you look good. Yeah, that's gonna change like your whole mindset and like the level of like self-confidence that you have. And I don't know, it's so interesting because I love makeup, I love clothing, as you guys know. But I kind of, I don't know, I kind of hate the idea that that would affect my self-confidence. I feel like you should be self-confident, you know, no matter what. But we're humans, and it's just sort of, it's the reality that it really does help. And I think I'm finally accepting that I'm like, yeah, I'm human. And I just, you know, some days I don't feel that great. And when I don't put makeup on and I look, you know, kind of sloppy or whatever, it just kind of feeds into not feeling great. And yeah, and it really makes a difference just putting a little bit of effort into your appearance. And that doesn't, I mean, look, that can mean different things for different people. I'm not saying makeup and, you know, getting dressed up every day is what that means to you. It could be like doing your hair. It could be getting your nails done or making sure like your nails are done. It could be putting like your favorite color on, not even just like something nice, but like your favorite color or like your favorite t-shirt, but just like thinking about it a little bit more and like being a little bit more intentional about my outward appearance really kind of helps like my inward like mindset, my like internal mindset and my self-confidence. And yeah, and it just brightens my day. And I don't know, maybe I was getting into a slump, just putting on clothing that I always wear, you know, I have my favorites or just the stuff that I'm comfortable in. Because if I'm not vlogging with you guys, if I'm not sitting down and filming, and if I'm not going out, I could be in my pajamas like all day, not a problem. I still don't always put makeup on, but when I'm in my pajamas all day, that really, by the end of the day, that really makes me feel like not great, not great about myself, not great about life, like all the things. And ever since I dyed my hair, I've been putting like outfits on. And it's like, yeah, it took me a while. It took me at least a couple weeks to kind of like put two and two together, my husband's comment or whatever, to put two and two together and be like, wow, I really do feel a lot better just in general. I feel brighter, I feel better about myself, I feel better about life, you know, in general. And just like putting that little bit of effort because of my blonde hair, it's not something I expected that I'd be doing more. I didn't think that I'd want to get ready more often than I did before. And I didn't realize the effect, like the really profound effect that it had on my psyche. Yeah, I just, you know, I knew it had like a little bit to do, especially if I was in my pajamas all day and I felt like crap at the end of the day. I'd be like, oh, I probably should have changed. But it never, I don't know. It was never a thought big enough where I actually changed my actions. Where inadvertently going blonde has like prompted me to do that, and I'm really seeing the effects. And maybe it's an attitude adjustment that has like built up. You know, where you do it like day after day after day, just sort of like it's compounding. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Like, I mean, I think we can all agree that if you look kind of like sloppy and you've put zero effort into your appearance, well, I feel like maybe that should happen every once in a while, but I think I was just doing it too often. Like, do you feel like that really kind of brings you down? I would love to hear that. I would love to hear from you guys, like what it means to you guys, and if it does change your psyche. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're not bothered by it. Yeah, I mean, I think I knew intellectually that it would, but I was really surprised to see what a difference it really did make in my life, like in my real life. So I got a couple things for the house, and they just arrived. This is such a big, heavy box. I was not expecting this, so sorry, I was just double checking like who it was from. Yeah, this is it. So I placed an order at Caraway Home. They have pots and pans. At least that's what I know them for. And you know, I've seen their ads on like Instagram, and I feel, are they in a store? I feel like maybe I've seen them in store. So I thought I would get some food storage containers. Here's the box. This is called the Food Storage Set and Cabinet Organizer. Am I the only one? I feel like I go through all of my Tupperware and I'm always like, oh, I don't have the right size. I never have the right size. They're either too big or too small. So anyway, I liked the sound of these. They have a non-toxic coating, they're non-stick, and they're oven safe. I thought that was really cool. So let's see, this set has, I think, 5 pieces. Do I remember that correctly? Okay, there is the large container. So let's see. So it comes with, like, this is what they packaged it in, but you can also store the pieces in your cabinet like this. Isn't that cool? That's what they look like. So they're like fabric covered. Isn't that neat? So this is the large container, and I'm so excited that they're oven safe. Quite a bit of suction there, so that's great also. But here's the non-toxic, non-stick coating. And caution, the lids are not oven or microwave safe. Noted. So that's the large one. And there are 2 medium ones. And I think there's like quite a few configurations on the Caraway Home website. And they have quite a few different colors. So I got this light mint green, which I just love. So yeah, so there's that organizer. So nice. I really like these organizers. And then here's the small container. So here's the small container. Let me see if I can find the measurements of these containers. I think they're all the same height. There's the small in the organizer. So it's telling me that the large is a 10 cup container. The medium is 6.6 cups. and the small is 4.4 cups. But it's not telling me the actual measurements. Our ceramic coated glass food storage set can go anywhere from your picnic basket to the dishwasher. With air release technology, your leftovers will stay fresher than ever. So non-toxic materials, naturally non-stick, tight sealed lid, dishwasher safe, very important, and multifunctional, microwave, oven, fridge, and freezer safe containers. Not the lids though, in the oven or the microwave. I don't see actual measurements, but anyway, we've got 10, 6.6, and 4.4 cups. Here they are, stacked. Yeah, and the large looks like it's a square. Same with the small, and the medium is a rectangle. Oh, I really like these. So that airtight technology, it definitely feels like there's suction there, but the lids have this edging over here where you can kind of get your fingers under it and then lift it up. So that's good. I will say these are a little bit on the heavy side. A little bit on the heavy side. I'm not sure that this is a container that I'd want to walk around all day with. Like if I prepped a meal and I want to just throw it in my bag, it's a little heavy. The small is okay. The large is definitely like heavy. It's heavy. Not that I think you'd be carrying this around with you, but yeah, it's definitely heavy. But I love the design. I love these organizers and everything. Really cool. And then I did order some pillow forms from Etsy. So I had gotten these pillow covers from Quince. So they have a leather side and then a linen side, and they're 20 by 20. Quince has these great pillow covers, but they don't, at least not the last time I checked, they're always adding stuff to their site. The last time I checked, they didn't have any pillow forms. So I went onto Etsy because I wanted like a non-down or like a down alternative stuffing, but I wanted the pillows to still be able, you know, you could still do that like karate chop and have it like dimple in the middle, because I have some pillows that I got from, is it Crate and Barrel or CB2? I think I got those pillows from CB2, the new ones on my couch. And you know, I always choose down alternative because I don't necessarily like the feathers, and then I'm worried people are allergic. So whatever, so I always get like down alternative. But with pillows, then they're just like these big stiff, big stiff pillows. You can't usually like give them that nice like dip in the middle. So on Etsy, because I did a search, I was like down alternative pillows that I can karate chop. I literally typed that in, and a bunch of sellers on Etsy came up. So I was like, let me try this one. They got good reviews. I'll link it down below. I don't remember the store name on Etsy. It could be Pillowflex. You know, sometimes the actual store name on Etsy is different from the website. And I also remember they give you a really nice guide. So, you know, I've always read, if you have like, for instance, 20 by 20 pillows, if you want to make them look really like full and stuffed, you should get like 22 by 22 pillows. So you're kind of like jamming it in there. And I of course went to a bunch of different like Etsy stores, like looking for just the right pillow. And one store was like, yeah, if you have 20 by 20, get the 22 by 22. But this store said specifically, get the 20 by 20. We've like designed them so that they fit into the pillow cover. So I was like, okay. So you definitely want to look for that kind of info. So I got 2 of them, and wow, they are really smushy. They're definitely really smushy. Ooh, it looks like I can karate chop them. Yeah, a lot of times you can only do that with like down because they don't have that bounce back, and it's not desirable. Okay, let's try these out. These are really chubby, chubby pillows, and they do that dimpling at the top. Not as good as like a down pillow, but much better than other down alternative forms I've used in the past, which definitely are like more like sponges. So you try and do that and they just come right back up. Anyway, that looks pretty good. Nice. All right, there they are. Oh, I like them. Well, I love the pillowcases, and I do like this pillow form. They're so, yeah, they're so plump. So plump. Well, guys, what an interesting vlog. I think I started vlogging at my dinner at Fontainebleau, and now I'm ending this vlog in the morning, which is when I usually start. Strange. Strange things are afoot. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts again about like getting ready during the day or for the day, and like how that makes you feel. Like, does that improve your mental health? I would love to hear from you because I just think it's such an interesting topic. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe down below if you are enjoying my content, and I will see you in the next one.